Eyup FretHeads. Most guitar players learn pentatonics as box patterns, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but there is another melodic and musical way to express yourself on the guitar. Instead of starting with a pattern or a scale box, we're going to start with a chord shape you probably already know, the E shape. This means this is going to be great for beginners who are just starting out improvising on guitar. And the goal of this lesson is to make your lead playing sound more connected to the chords you are playing, instead of just sounding like you're running up and down a scale. And today's lesson is what I call the suspended triad pentatonic. Now, penta means 5, tonic means tones, so really what we have is 5 notes that we use to create a scale, and then we create melodies using that scale. And there's a reason why I call this the suspended triad pentatonic, because we have 3 notes from the E shape that we're going to use, and we have suspensions at either side of the third in that chord. So in total we end up creating a 5-note scale that we can use to connect to these chords. I kind of think of this as being a hybrid of chord tone soloing and pentatonics, but the cool thing is you'll also see how your intervals link in these chord shapes and scales, so it's a really good one for seeing them where they live in the chord. So first I need to explain what's going on with this E shape here. We're looking at the 3 fingers that I'm using to hold the shape down. That's what I call the 5R3 shape. And the reason is because this 5R3 shape uses the 5th, the root and the 3rd of the E major triad, albeit in a second inversion. But let me just quickly explain the function of all of these notes. We have the root, which is the home note. We have the 5th here, which is a transparent sound. But the note we're going to focus on today is this 3rd here. So we go 5th, root, 3rd. That 3rd there is the emotion note of that triad. And what we can do is we can suspend that emotion and make it really ambiguous and open sounding. Now we have 2 types of suspensions. We have a sus4 where we raise the 3rd up a half step, and we have a sus2 where we lower the 3rd a whole step. And I should mention, this isn't a standard major or minor pentatonic in the usual definition, but because it has 5 notes, I'm calling it a pentatonic. We can live with that, I think. Now there's a problem with this E shape in this position because we have hit the head nut here. I'll come back to that in a bit and address it, but I want to show you that this idea is a movable idea. We can use this E shape anywhere we want to. So if we move it up here, this position here is a G. So if I imagine that bar chord there, that would be a G. If we take the bar off, we're left with that E major shape. And if we play that there, we still get the same stack of notes, so we still get the 5R3 here. But we want to access these suspensions. So like I said, the sus4 is a half step above the 3rd. So that's adding 1 more note to this 5R3. You can hear that suspension there. You may even know it from Pinball Wizard. So we take that there. There's the 3rd, and then I can get the 2nd by dropping down a whole step. So that means I get 3 notes on the G string, and then I get 2 notes, my 5th and root there from the 5R3 there. So this is a completely movable idea. I can play it in any position I want to. I don't need to think too hard about that. This is a B flat chord. Now you might think to yourself, oh, B flat, that's a chord that's never going to be in my kit bag there. But here you can see, all we need to do is just play it as this little shape that's easy to manage. 5R3, half step up, gets the sus4, there's the 3rd, there's the sus2. You can hear how that changes everything. There, it's really melodic. Remember, this is a movable idea, so we want to be able to move this all the way up the neck. So I'm going to do this, and I want you to follow along with this and do this as an exercise at home. And we're going to look at playing in the key of E major to fill this idea out. So let's find the 1 chord in this, and we're going to find this E major major chord here. So this E shape is essentially going to work on 3 chords in E major. It's going to work on chords 1, 4 and 5. So we're going to move between chords 1, 4 and 5 up the neck like I did at the beginning of this video. So if I take chord 1 here, I'm going to have that there. If I move up to here, that would be my A bar chord. I just move that bar off and reveal the E shape there. That's going to be an A. If I move this up a whole step, I get a B as well. So now we know where these 3 shapes live. Let's apply this suspended pentatonic on the triad idea. There's my 5R3. And like I said, we had an issue with chord 1. If we look at chord 1 here, there's my 3rd. Moving up to the sus 4 is pretty easy there, we can see. That gives us the E sus 4, back to the E there again. But if I want the sus 2, if I take that finger off, the furthest I can go back is to get an E minor. I can't go back to get the 2. So what we have to do is we just have to put it on a different string. Now, because we know this is 5R3, the root is the first note. Yes, so root is the home note there. If that's 1, that's going to be 2 there. So we just got to put it there instead because we haven't got the ability to play it behind the head note. So let's play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. That's a pentatonic, guys, as far as I'm concerned. So that's chord 1. We can play that like that. Now, just to show you that this is a movable shape, I can even play this an octave higher. Let's play this here. Up here, and we're going to move it up into the dusty end of the neck, and I'm going to take it here. Remember, the double dots are the same as the head nut, so this is the same as the 1st fret, this is the same as the 2nd fret. So now we've got 5R3, then we've got the sus 4, 3rd and 2nd there. So the whole idea has moved again. So we can play it there, and we can play it there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the B chord, which is chord 5. So that's chord 1. Chord 5 was the B here. I'm going to get rid of the bar. I'm going to play that shape there. That's what I'm focusing on here. There's my 5R3. Now the cool thing about this is we don't have to learn a new pattern. We just transfer the same idea from chord 1 up there. So we go 5R3. The sus 4 is here. There's the 3rd. And there's the sus 2. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Just playing it as a chord. And that's how I would play it. Like that. And that's where I would find my chord 5. So what we are left with now is chord 4, which is the A chord. And I should explain that chord 4 is related to the Lydian mode, and the Lydian mode has a sharp 4. Now this presents us with a problem because it removes this idea of having a true suspension. But the way I think about this is that I call it a Lydian suspension because we have this sharp 4. Now if we don't make this alteration, the lines and melodies that we create will sound off because you're playing a note that isn't in the key. So let's have a look. We still have the same E shape here, 5R3, but we're going to look at that 3 because what we want to do is we want to think about how do we make this sharp 4. So there's the 3rd, we play a normal sus 4 there, so that would be what we've done so far with everything else. Take that 4 and then we raise it another half step, and that's how we get that sharp 4. So look, 5R3, sharp 4. Now conveniently for us, the sus 2 idea is still going to be a whole step down. So now you can hear that wanted to resolve on that E chord because that was part of the key. If I played it with the same sus 4 that we had for the B and for the E, we would get this. Would sound just a little bit off as far as the key is concerned. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play this same shape in 3 different parts of the neck, and what we're going to do is we're going to say it as we play it, because this is a good way for you to ingrain it. And we're just going to add the sus4s and the sus2s, and as we say them and as we play them, then it will ingrain our interval knowledge. Let's play all three up the neck. So here's the 5R3 here. Now the curious thing that I love about E major is that the B string and the E string are permissible because they are notes of the E major key. So if I play that there, then I can play all 6 of those strings there. And then I can move it up to the A. And I can play all 6 strings there as well, because that's chord 4. And then I've got chord 5 here. Now what we can do is we can target in just on the 5R3 shapes. So look, here's the first 5R3 for chord 1, which is E major. 5R3. Okay, let's move up to the next position. 5R3. We're going to move up a whole step to the B. 5R3. Going to move back down to chord 4 to the A. 5R3. Back to chord 1. Brilliant. Now we know where the 5R3s live. What we're going to do is we're just going to target the fourths. Okay, so let's look at chord 1. We're going to go 5R3. Know where that fourth lives there. Let's move up to the A. We get 5R3, sharp 4, third, root, 5th. Move up to the B. We get 5R3, 4, 3, R5. 5R3, sharp 4, 3, R5. 5R3, 4, 3, R5. And that gets us there. So now we know where all those fourths are. Now the next bit is to just look at where the seconds are, those sus2s. So on this E, we knew it was a step up here because of the challenge that we have with this position and the head note. So that's all I'm going to focus on here. I'm going to go 5R3, 2 R, 5R. Now let's move to the A chord here. Now look at that. I'm going to think about how I move to that note. I can even do the same thing that I did there with that E chord. 5R3, 2. 5R3, 2. Then move on to the B. 5R3, 2. 5R3, 2. Or again, 5R3, 2. Get to it by sliding up from the root. That gives us those 3 chords there. Now, one of the things that I want you to notice in this exercise as well is because we are putting 3 notes on the G string for each of the chords, we end up with a lovely little line up the neck that tells us where these notes are going to live. We end up being able to create these lovely little lines using just 1 string to create melodies. But also, beautifully hidden in there are 2 little goodies that you want to add to your vocabularies as well. Here, if we look at the distance between this note here, now it's very easy because it spells it out. If we think 5th through 3rd, if we take the 5th off, we get a little 3rd in there. Okay, if we take the 5th off this shape here, we get a 3rd in here as well. Same thing is going to apply here. So what I can do is, remember, I have to put that on as a sharp 4, then 3rd, turn it into a 4th there. So that's what's going on. That's a 3rd, 4th, then here we get a 3rd to a sharp 4. Now, another shape lurking in there is beautifully, if we jump from the 5th to the 3rd, we get a 6th in there as well. well. This is all ways of you being able to mix these 5 notes up and make them super melodic. And because we put a interval like a 6 in there, it's a really interesting sound. If you see that I did there, I started out with a 6th, I went, and then I went back to the root, went to that sus2 second, back to the root again. Now if I do that on the A chord here, you can hear that I get some interesting ways to create melodic ideas, and that can be a way of developing a motif. Let's look at the B chord. We get the same shape here. So you can see the same shape exists in there as well. Now hopefully you are now at the point where you can understand a little bit of the theory, but this is really about it sounding like music. And hopefully if you can tie it into this beginner's E chord, then you can find that it's really musical. And there's a couple of reasons, because it gives you a direct link between chords and lead playing, because it helps you to target strong notes within your chords. And what I like is that it challenges your idea of what a pentatonic scale actually can be. If you want to take this further and connect this E-shaped idea, this triad idea, to a wider pentatonic system, then watch this video next, because that's what I get into. And believe you me, when you add this suspended triad shape to this pentatonic idea, it opens up the whole realm of improvising even more. Click on that now.